outside knitting. I'm now sitting surrounded by my Christmas and Advent things, and I am going to have an episode where I talk more than I usually do. My name is Merete. I live in Norway at the coast, the very, very long coast on an island, and you will meet Janne. We haven't decided how to edit these Christmas Advent episodes, so I will not be able to tell you exactly what this will be, so you just wait and see. But it's going to be about Advent and Christmas. I have made some notes because I'm going to talk more than I usually do. I have a lot of books, a pile you can see the top of. I have some things surrounding me and I will show you some of it at the end. I think I'll do the talking first. And if you hear a strange noise, that's only my neighbor washing his car. Okay, so what is Christmas? I think I'll just sit a little bit more. To sit well is important. What is Christmas to me? I don't know what Christmas is to you, but in this episode I will say a little bit about what it is to me and why I think it is important. And Christmas and Advent is related to Christianity, to some, not all. It's also connected to the seasons that we have. The sun, the solstice, isn't that the word? 21st of December. So there are so many traditions that were back in the pagan time, and then when Christianity came, it all got mixed up, at least in my part of the world. So what we have now is a mix. So no matter what you focus on, sometimes it's difficult to talk in public because you have to say, to me this is, but maybe not to you, but I just have to say, I talk a little bit mostly about what is in my corner of the world in Norway, and if you're interested, you're welcome to stay. I think what is very nice is that I am now over 50 years old, and I think of Christmas, I think of it of what I experienced as a child, and I have had a lot of nice Christmas. And I'm very lucky because I know a lot of people have had losses. Of course, I also have lost my mother-in-law, for instance, in November many years ago. But we have, some of us may have think that Christmas is a difficult time because Christmas kind of makes the good thing even better and the bad thing even worse. But to me, I'm a very lucky person in that way. I have so many nice memories from when I was a child. What I looked at on TV, and that was a time when we all looked at the same. That is almost gone now. And to the tastes, to the smells, and to the songs, and to the books and the stories and all that. But then when I had children, and lucky me, I have children, and if you're not able to have them or they are not there, then borrow some. But my kids are really, they are not so small anymore. So I kind of miss having small children close to me when it's Christmas time, because they are really enjoying the feeling of Christmas. But what they watched on television is also part of my kind of nostalgic Christmas memories, because I kind of experienced that almost like my children did. So a lot of television and their songs and their stories are very Christmassy to me, and then I think that what is very good with Christmas is that you can take what you have of traditions from your own background, and then you can, as you grow and have your own life, and you can decide for yourself, you can choose what you want to continue and what you want to change. The worst thing I think would be if I was lonely. I'm very happy to have family and friends, so that would be the worst, I think, because Christmas is very much about being together and the closest family also. But that I have moved very far away from my parents and my brothers and their family. I have to travel in the car for about 11 hours. I could, of course, go by train, no, by plane, but still I don't meet them very often. But I have a lot of family and friends surrounding me, even though not very close, at the same place always, but they are there kind of, even though they are far away. I also think that Christmas is a very nice time to try to look what you have, to make the best of what you have, or what you can afford, what you can make, what you have made, and so on. It's a kind of an old-fashioned kind of slowly time, but really stressful at the same time. But we like to do things the old-fashioned way, a lot of us at least. So handmade is a very nice thing when it comes to Christmas. But the society is not very slow. So, but I think we don't push yourself too hard. Try to daydream what you cannot do because it's too expensive, or you don't have the ability, or you don't have the time. You can daydream a little bit. That's at least what I do. And then when it comes to the memories, I think it's a lot about smells and tastes and our senses, and what we can listen to, songs and music. And I have my notes, but then underneath it I have a book with notes. This is a songbook. It's my son who got it when he went to a school that we have. I don't know if you have that kind of school in your countries. It is not, it is a public, or not a public, it's a kind of a private, but it's for everybody who enjoys a kind of a hobby or an interest. You can have 1 year when you're finished with secondary school, upper secondary. Yeah, you have to be 17, 16 I think to be there. It is not with exams, it's a year that you kind of have the social focus, and when you have a focus on an interest, so you can, that you can grow as a person. And he went to a place where he did a lot of sports, but they also had a lot of music there, and he got this book. It's a a book with a variation of pop, of folk, of hymns, of everything, and a lot of Christmas songs. So if I manage to record a nice recording, when I tried earlier today, you have already heard me playing the piano, my piano, or my youngest son's L piano, with a different sound. I love Christmas songs, and I used to sing in a choir until I had 2 children, and then I had to have a break, and that break is still going on. But I sing a lot when I can, and play the piano. I have filled the chair with a lot of things, and these, I have shown you these in the latest episode, so I don't want to do it again, but these are the Christmas present socks. I'm soon going to wrap them in and to prepare them. I just want to look at them a little bit more. They can be in my lap. I have some magazines that I really like, and I subscribed for a lot of years, but then I just couldn't throw them away. They were too nice, and they were not really connected to the world right now. It's more like you can look at them several years after, and they are still as good as when they were new. It is about people living in the countryside, and that is why it's a wonderful way of combining our countryside knitting to this countryside magazine. Oh, shiny paper. So these magazines, I have put some of the Christmas editions in a pile for itself, and I take them now from where I store them, and I look at them, and it's about how to decorate your house, it's how to cook cakes and dinners, how to not much about arts and crafts, but more like the countryside living in a way, and connected to Christmas with interviews and so on. Sometimes I get a little bit frustrated when I think, do people really have their homes like this? So tidy, so cozy, so nice, and I think at least they had it when the photographer was there. So I try to kind of think that maybe it's they have decorated. This is not what my home always looks like. It's about being close to the nature. Well, I really love these magazines, and I can daydream and I can rearrange furniture and the decorations in my house, but I'm not a decoration freak. I am too busy with filling my rooms with activities that I love, more than keeping it completely tidy. Oh, here's another one. It says White Christmas. I really love them, and I think that you can look for old magazines. They may be as good as the new ones. You don't have to buy the new ones, or you can look in a second-hand store. I have given away a lot of my magazines of these Lev Lonely, countryside living. I couldn't throw them away. I gave them to my friends, and now I have stopped subscribing because there were too many of them. And some even older magazines. I think some of these were from 2008 when I looked at it, 2000 something, early 2000. I also have some of these that is about Christmas. And here we have more like what you can knit and sew and crochet and so on. And they are from 1992. They are from my mother-in-law. And as you can see on the back side, we have changed our taste a little bit. Maybe this will be hot again. I'm not sure. But these magazines, and look at her. I mean, we can laugh in a way, but still, I think this is my past. This is what it used to be when I was in my early 20s. And the recipes for making cookies and so on, they're still the same. Or maybe this is even better than the new ones. So you don't have to buy. You can look in secondhand, you can look in your shelves. If you don't have shelves filled with this, ask your mother or aunt or grandmother or neighbor. Or so these can survive many, many years. I also like to look at my books because I have a lot of books. I love books, and now I work in the library. So, and that's also something you should do. You should go to the library and to look for inspiration, both about decorating, making things, and the Christmas stories and novels and all that. I have some books, and they are different. This is a book. It's all in Norwegian, but this is a book where authors write inspired by the story about Jesus and Joseph and Mary. So this is the Christian connection. But they're writing kind of freely inspired. It's not a Christian book in a way. I also have a book with a lot of different things connected to Christmas. It's the book club's Christmas book. A lot of old stories is in here, stories that are fiction, but also about traditions. There are recipes, what you can make, but mostly texts. This is a very nice book for where you can find all the classical texts that I really like, and I haven't read all of it, so this is a book I can enjoy. I guess you have these books, kind of books, in your languages as well. And then there's a book that is, this is old, 1993. So 30 years ago I got this book, and it is about the Christmas traditions. Our Norwegian Christmas is the title. And I try to study the book, like really study and learn. I have forgotten a lot, but it's about the pagan things mixing with the Christian. I have read and made notes, actually, because I'm really interested in this. The old rituals, the old texts, the old beliefs and costumes and traditions, and how it changed. And it explains a lot of things that we still have in our society, but we don't know the history too. So that's a kind of it's something you can learn a lot from. But it's written more like a technical. It is not entertaining in a way. It's more facts. Then I have a book that I had to kind of write myself. It is a Christmas memory book. I bought this in 2000. And every year I have written that in the diary part of it. So this is a book where you can write from every year in December. You can put in photos, of course, and friends and family can write greetings. Here is one of the, I have almost used every page. I think I have 2 or 3 more years to go. So you can see I can write a little bit for every day in December what we did for the Christmas preparations. I sometimes add something about the weather, especially if there is snow. And actually today we had the first snow and I have a day off. I didn't say that. I have the daylight because I have a holiday and I spend it with you. So you can write what you ate. That's maybe the same every year. The Christmas guests can write, or you can fill in with something else. I bought one book to each of my kids. They haven't got it. Only the eldest one has got it. They are still mostly here in Christmas, so when they get their own family and traditions, they will get one, and hopefully they will write to make their own Christmas memory book. And then I have this Alf Preussen is a very traditional author. He wrote a lot in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So he's kind of old-fashioned, but still very much used. Every Norwegian will really recognize his stories. This is a children's book, but I can read it for my own entertainment. Wonderful, with children's stories that can be for the whole family. I also have this as a calendar book, 1 chapter every day. Jostein Gaarder is the author, and it is called The Christmas Mystery. And we meet a boy that gets a calendar that's really old and handmade, and every day there is a piece of paper who comes out from the calendar, and there's a story, and then we hear the story. And the story is about a girl that goes back in time and history. So she starts in Norway and then she goes back all the way to Bethlehem. And that part of the world is something I don't talk very much about here, but with wars and bad things going on, it can be hard with getting the right Christmas feeling. Here you can see Norway, and it goes all the way down to Bethlehem. I think that when times are difficult, we need something to balance. We can watch news, we can try to, oh, sorry, we can try to, I lost. Yes, we can try to be active, to do what we can, but with the war far away, I just have to also kind of protect myself. There are a lot of things I cannot do very much with, so to celebrate Christmas and having a good time is also important. My notes. I have, or my husband has an aunt that really loves Christmas. So we don't have small kids in the families. Our kids are grown up, 17 and older. But she is very, very happy for Christmas, and she works at a place for people with special needs, and they have made a lot of Santa Clauses, and now I have to look for them. And that brings me on to the next. And you will meet Solveig, I guess. I will make some recording when I have my traditional before the Christmas going to town with her. She's a Christmas freak, is that the word? Or is that a bad word? But she loves Christmas, I mean, I really love. And she spends her Christmas with us. We celebrate the day before. We celebrate Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day, as you may know. So she's here with us, and she has been one of those who made this this Santa Claus. It is machine knitted and then hand sewed clothes and so on. They are very nice, kind of simple and nice, and they were made quite many years ago, but they're still really nice. Some things kind of go out of fashion. I have one in blue as well. The children's TV in Norway, 15 years maybe ago or more, had a blue version, and everyone wanted to make blue, with blue hats and so on. These are really cute. I have a lot of these and some of these. I think it's a little bit early to put them out in very visible, but I have found them and they're ready. I have some more. I want to show you this. This is what I got for Christmas a year, and it's big, and I thought when I got it, like, oh, I have so many things to decorate. Do I need more? But I have really been, I am so, I love this one. It looks like, we call it fjøsnisse. In Norwegian, we had Santa Clauses before we got the American commercial Coca-Cola Santa Claus. We have this more like the gnomes. They are small, they live in the barn, they look after the animals, but they can be angry, you have to be nice with them, you have to give them food and so on. So they are more, they're not only nice. And she looks like one of them. And they have this nisselue. That's a really important part of it. She's so, it's like a, I don't know, I love her face and the way she looks. She has been in my living room all year around because I can't take her away. I also have some that I have made myself. I have made this, I knitted and then I felted with the Rauma finull, I think, and some really natural fiber as a bed. I have several of these. And I have some that I bought as a doll and then I knitted the clothes. It's quite many years ago, but I think a lot of people have them in Norway and they are kind of classical. This is the son and the daughter. You can see the detail, skirts, and their socks with kind of a fake braid, if that's what you call it. Then I have the mother with her glasses. It has got a little, by being stored she has got a little, she cannot watch very well through these glasses, I'm afraid. I think they are so cute. I used to have them at the back of my hair, but still I think it's a little bit early to put them there, so I'll just have them ready when I feel like I can take them out. It was a lot of work. It is wool, rather thin, but it's machine washable, and I used some time to make all these clothes. And I have most Santa Clauses are well fed in a way, but here we have a skinny one, and it's really skinny, so it's a funny one. Oh, it's knitted in one piece. I think I started with the leg or the sock, and then I knitted the legs, and I think that this skirt I picked up and knitted at the end, and the arms are just thrown into some holes. I think it's really fun. This is a Norwegian designer called Festive. I made some thin braids, as thin as the body. A funny one. Oh, I have talked a lot. Some other things I want to show you. I will talk more about music later, because it will be too much to say in this episode. Well, yes, and I have another one that I was given, and this is handmade all the way. There's another podcast in Norwegian called Bare en maske til, and Inger Johanne from that has made this and gave it to me when she was at a knitting retreat at Hansgarden 2 years ago, 1.5. She has made the face, painted it. She has sewn and knitted everything. And the face looked like someone you should keep an eye on, because I think this one can do a lot of nisse tricks. Also, this is it's a kid, I think. He or she, it's a little bit difficult to say. Could be a smart one. Something I also am going to do, and I think maybe today, if I have the time, I will start making Christmas cookies. And I put them into boxes that some of them are from my mother-in-law, who died many years ago, and I used the same receipts that she did and put them into the same boxes. That's also a part of the good feeling of Christmas. So she's not here, but in a way she's still here with the cookies and the memories. I don't know what comes next. I'll ask Janne if she has something to add to this episode, or if she wants to make something for herself. Right now I don't know, so I'll just say goodbye from me, and watch. You wait and watch. We have a Facebook group and a Facebook site. It's in Norwegian, and we have Instagram. In Ravelry I try to use both English and Norwegian. It's a little bit slow doing both things all the time, so mostly it's in Norwegian, but we also have an Instagram called Countryside Knitting that I don't use a lot. But we have coffee, if you want to support us with a symbolic cup of coffee. It's a kind of way you give is one time, it's no automatically repetition of that, and pay with PayPal. And we have Patreon, and then you have that's you subscribe in a way, and you have to stop it when you don't want it anymore. I am Patreon to another podcast that I really like, and yeah, so that's the way of supporting. There is some bonus videos in the Patreon page. We use a lot of time, and we have had this for years, so if you want to support us, we will be happy, and if you don't manage, that's perfectly fine. But now I will say that I would like you to write what your thoughts about traditions are. My neighbor is washing his car. He's disturbing me with the sounds. And write about your traditions. I would love to read, and I guess there will be more from us during Advent. We just don't know exactly how much and exactly when we have the time. So thank you for watching, and maybe there's something for Milna, maybe not, you'll see. Okay, I'll write it. Bye bye.